This episode of Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay. That's billion with a B. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen, get booked on Booking.com.
I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Okay, so, hey.
Good morning.
Okay, I was selling my soul to Lindsie just now because we're getting some sponsorships for Killer Sports, and I offered Lindsie a steal to advertise the Southern Tea podcast. But what's so funny to me about Delaware is that, okay, you know how like people in Texas are like, everything's bigger in Texas, and it's like, that's like a slogan or whatever. Yeah. So Delaware was the first state, but it's like every single type of business, there is always a company that is first state, whatever the business is. Yeah. So first state CrossFit, first state orthopedics, first state jujitsu, first state, because it's like the first state. So that is like, it feels like it's everybody's tagline for their business, but every sort of like type of business there is like, there's a first state. Does that make sense?
So is it first state Killer Sports?
Like first state sports complex. You know what I mean? Like every first state, but is there that in Georgia?
No.
Peach state. It's like, you can't, there's nothing that people can create a business off. Does that
I'm pretty sure there's like Peach State Moving, like a moving company.
Oh, Peach State. That's funny. I could see like if it was Florida, Sunshine State Orthopedics, Sunshine State Book Club, Sunshine State Podcast, like that's fine. But like Georgia, I guess like Peach State?
Yeah, I think it's just Peach State.
Funny. Okay.
I don't even eat peaches like that much. It's like really a tragedy.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fruit girly, but if I do eat fruit, I do love a good peach.
I love a good, but it's got to be, you know, like from one of those like rinky dinky stands that the tables look like they're going to break, you know, on the side of the road.
Farm fresh, like,
yeah.
Okay, but really quickly, this is the second or third episode that I have used this specific mug on here. And last episode or the episode before that, we talked about like basically de-influencing. I have a small update for you. I did post a link to the cheetah sweater. Okay. I'm not recommending buying it, but if someone wanted to, posted the link. I ordered the Lululemon leggings last night. I got one legging and one like little keychain situation. And I want to de-influence on this mug here. Okay. This mug is all metal. There's nothing glass about it. It's all metal. It's a popular Mackenzie Childs or something.
Yeah, Mackenzie Childs. Yeah.
I hate it. This mug.
I love their stuff. Like aesthetically, I love their stuff.
Aesthetically, you just said it. Aesthetically, I love their stuff. This handle right here gets as hot as the mug itself. So because the entire thing is aluminum or metal or whatever, this mug, you have to be so careful, and it's so lightweight and cheap that it makes me upset because I'm like, I love a good hefty mug. I
love the Coffee Convos mug that we did for the merch. I feel like that's a good like weighted mug.
No, I love our merch mugs. Like that is like the durable, heavy mug that I like. This one when there's no coffee in it. But like I'm burnt. First of all, this is so hard to hold. And second, but like I didn't know until I had already unboxed it, used them, and now I have them. I wasn't going to return them after I used them. But I just wanted to de-influence. These ones suck. Get a dupe.
Okay. Wait. So the people that are listening to this, are you the type of person that goes and gets makeup and returns it like during the return policy after you've already tried it? Because I'm definitely not. I feel like they're going to tell me that I used it and I'm trying to like scam.
I've never returned makeup. I think maybe if I like opened the box and then realized it was the wrong color, but I didn't use it, I might exchange it, but I'm not going to like, I don't know, like, and this is no shade to anyone who does it. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. It doesn't make a difference in my life. I'm just saying what I do. I'm not going to return makeup. I would give it away or sell it, if anything.
What is the foundation that is like the top tier foundation. I know that it's like relative to whoever's using it for like skin type and whatever, but I cannot find a foundation that does not feel like it sits on top of my face.
So I've been using NARS for several years, and I do really like it, but I've heard really good things about Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Kristen is not the first person to tell me that. I also just got a Fenty one that I haven't tried yet, and I'm waiting to get through my NARS one, so I'll let you know about the Fenty one.
I just feel like, and I don't know, maybe it's like I don't need that much of full coverage, so maybe that's why it's sitting on top. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I've tried everything from any makeup artist that's ever done my makeup. It doesn't look like that when they do it, but when I do it, it just looks like it's like plopped on there.
Yeah, I sometimes get like around here, it'll start like, I guess by the end of the day, it will like,
it's creasing.
Yeah, like it kind of sounds gross, but like I start to see it like settle around here, specifically yesterday, because I have really deep like crannies.
Nooks and crannies. I can't wear makeup this week because I don't know if it's just like the stuff that I've been going through in life that I'm having like these hormonal breakouts. But do you ever get like the chin breakout like on both sides?
Yeah, I'm having neck and chin breakouts right now. You can't see because I covered it with makeup, but Lindsie and I are both going through it. We're texting each other every day saying, hey, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Are you okay? Also, no. Yeah. And then we go about our days, but it's been rough.
It's been so rough. Let me tell you what I was dealing with this morning. And I don't know if other people experience this with dads with boy children. The level of arguing is so like high level that I feel like when they get on the phone with me, I cannot function. Like I need to black out. I need to pull over on the side of the road. The arguing and the stuff that we're arguing about is like so irrelevant in life. It's like, why are we even wasting our breath having this conversation?
Run this back for me. You're saying that talking to dads with sons?
Yeah, like, well, specifically my ex-husband and my son.
I was wondering where you were going with this because I was like...
It's like every morning or every evening, there's something. And I get the phone call and they're both on speakerphone and they're arguing with each other while I'm just listening. And they'll be like, are you there? I'm like, yes, I'm needing to pull over on the side of the road because my brain now can't function to drive and also listen to this.
No, period. I agree with you.
But is it dads with sons? Like,
it's just dads in general. Okay. Because if I FaceTime Elijah right now and I am trying to talk to the kids, it's like, what are we doing? What are you even saying to me?
Wait, so when you FaceTime, he'll also be talking?
Sometimes.
Yeah, Will does that too. And I'm like, did you read the parenting plan where it says unmonitored phone calls?
They're so dumb. Like, I don't
go off the parenting plan, but only goes off the parenting plan. Like, how many people have a baby dad that goes off the parenting plan when it's like relevant to what they want to like their point?
Me. I have one that he follows the order when it's convenient for him, and then he doesn't follow the order most of the time.
That's really a pain in the ass. I keep my parenting plan on my Google Drive. So if somebody wants to come sideways at any point and I'm on my phone, I can just like tap on that little thing and Will calls it my pocket parenting plan.
No, because it's so convenient. I always have it on my phone because sometimes I have one dad that will like message me something off the wall and I'm like,
that doesn't even make sense.
I will literally screenshot parts of our parenting plan, drop it to that section. 9 times out of 10, he's still going to argue with me and be like, that's ambiguous. I didn't read it that way. And then other times I'm just like, are we reading the same document? Are we reading the same paperwork?
I can't tell you how many times that I'm like, you need to go back to school to learn how to
read.
Not just read, but what's it called? Like
comprehend,
like reading comprehension, because what that says and what you are taking out of that is the wrong answer. Like I would hate to see your ass on a standardized test.
Listen, if I say something out of pocket to my kids about things that should be common sense, my son Lux, specifically Lux, sometimes Lincoln, sometimes Creed, they will look at me and say, do you need to go back to elementary school?
I mean, valid.
To me, my children say, do you need to go back to elementary school? So would I be wrong for saying that to my co-parents?
No, because I've done it. And I need to know anybody who's listening to this that is co-parenting and operating off of a parenting plan. We cannot be the only two people that carry around a pocket parenting plan. And we also can't be the only two people that crop certain segments of the parenting plan and send just that.
Speaking of parenting plans, I remember you and I had a conversation about the 4 areas in Georgia, where you guys like pick who has final say, like a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I was just scrolling on my FYP and I came across like a law, somebody in law was talking about the state of Georgia. And I thought it was really interesting because I don't follow this person, but she like came up and she was saying in the state of Georgia across the board, like if you go through court and you go to a judge or whatever that looks like, that is something that is standard in Georgia for there to be a tiebreaker in every category. Delaware has 6 or 8, if I remember correctly. It's either 6 or 8. I know it's not 7, but it's definitely 6 or 8. And there's no tiebreakers.
So what do you do in the event, like,
especially in high conflict, you are fucked, right? Like next week, I'm going to look at a private school for Lincoln. Javi doesn't even live in this state anymore. And he still has a say in whether Lincoln can go to that school. And if we don't agree, then what?
So mine, the 4 things, we've talked about that before, but like mine's medical. And if it's non-emergent, then I have like the majority control and then the tiebreaker. If it is medical emergency, then obviously you would just follow like emergency rules, but then I still would have the say in that medical emergency because he's required to contact me. The only thing that he is the tiebreaker on, but it's not, the way that it was written is not really enforceable tiebreaker because he can only enroll Jackson in 1 extracurricular activity per season.
Okay.
And he's allowed to enroll him every season. Like I can't stop him from enrolling. So I guess that's like the tiebreaker rule. But it has a cap on it. So it's like he can't go and enroll him in 3 different things because now you're also impacting my parenting time. And I don't necessarily, to each their own. I know your kids do like multiple sports, like that's y'all's life. I want more time at home with my child. I'm sharing 50-50 and I'm not running all over the state of Georgia to do 3 different sports at the same time.
Coffee Convos podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days do not have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. This November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. It can take a little courage to send that message or grab coffee with someone you haven't seen in a while. And it also can take courage to reach out for therapy. That can feel extremely difficult, but it's so worth it. It almost always leaves people wondering, why didn't I do this sooner? I know that's something that I ask myself all of the time. If you're struggling this season, I want you to know that I see you, I feel you. This season is not easy for everyone, and it's really important to stay connected. BetterHelp is the perfect tool for anybody looking to have a connection, make improvements in their life. I am a big believer that everybody can benefit something from therapy. BetterHelp is a great option. They have quality therapists. Their therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. They also have a fantastic therapist match commitment. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. However, if you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. A lot of people that I know had to try several different therapists, and I do have a lot of people who got it right the first time. So it's okay if you don't find your fit at first, and it's also amazing if you do. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/coffee. That's betterhelp.com/coffee.
To be fair, those 3 kids that do 3 sports or 2 sports at a time, I have them 90% of the time.
So that's different, right?
It's different. If it was still 50-50, I likely wouldn't do that, and then we take the summers off of sports completely, where you might have to, if Will decides to enroll him in a sport in the summertime, Jackson might be in a sport in the summertime on your parenting time. My kids are not doing sports for at minimum 3 months. So I think it ends up being about the same.
Like in the summertime, and it's still, I guess, considered extracurricular. Will enroll him in like sports camps. And on my days, I am required to take him to those sports camps because that's, by the season.
What would happen? And because Georgia is a southern state, I do feel like they have, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone listening, Lindsie, your experience, but anyone else specifically in the southern states, do they take the parenting plan and contempt seriously? Because here you could have an order that says, like mine, for example, we'll use Lux and Creed. It says in our parenting plan that both parents are required to take the kids to sports. But then if you turn around and you're like, okay, well, he didn't take them to sports for 2 full weeks, the judge is going to be like, whatever. And nothing is going to happen.
No, I mean, I do know, just again, we've never like filed any contempts or like gone to court or anything like that. But from other people that I have been around that have been in situations like that, I know somebody that filed 7 contempts against someone and they ordered them a court date. A lot of people have different mentalities, right? Like I know people that will enroll their kids in sports and it's like, okay, they already have family plans for stuff. And so they might be missing like a couple of things throughout the season. When we enroll Jackson, like in basketball season, for example, we're not planning stuff during basketball season for a reason, because we don't want him to miss his commitment to his team. Like he needs to be committed to the activity that he's doing and committed to the teamwork.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
And I do feel like it's so bad to put kids in a sport that is team related and then you give them a selection of, do you want to go to your game or do you want to do this? Like, what are you teaching them?
I have a friend who co-parents and they live in 2 different states, and she drove to Maryland the dad lives in Maryland. She lives here in Delaware. She drove to Maryland to go to their soccer game and FaceTime them, and they were on the video games. They were not at their soccer game because dad just didn't bring them.
Oh, the level of writing
to another state to go see her kid's soccer game, and then they were just playing
the level of writing that would ensue if that happened to me. I do kind of feel like I'm turning into you this season of life, because Jackson now has basketball practice on Saturdays at 4 and on Saturdays at 4 and Mondays at 6. And now that I'm just like a single girly, I don't really have shit to do on Mondays at 6. So I'm going to go to the practices even though I don't have him.
Well, you could read if it's just practice and he doesn't care if you watch him or not and you're there. You could bring your Kindle, because that's what I was doing.
I wouldn't be able to read my Kindle because Will be there and it'll be a bunch of conversation about stupid shit.
I mean, I don't want to talk to other parents at sports. I was at basketball on Monday night and I had said one sentence to this lady and she talked my ear off for 45 minutes.
Okay, so I need to talk to you about this before we get into Am I the Asshole? But I'm really having a struggle, and I always do, like roughly around this time of year, with dinner plans. Like, I'm so tired of all of like the grill food and stuff that we did all summer long that like now that's become not an option for me. So do I just like whip out my crock pot and start doing that every morning? Because I feel like by the time it gets 6 o'clock, I'm scrambling.
Well, so Kristen and I just had this conversation and she reminded me every single year I forget about the crock pot. And then I'm scrambling like you. And I'm so tired of takeout at this point in my life. Like I went to KFC on the way here and I was not happy about it. But there's just no options. And I'm so sick of everything that I need to do crock pot. I just forget. But
the best thing, if you get in a routine with a crock pot, I feel like that is absolutely the best move. Wake up in the morning, give yourself enough time, like pour your shit in the crock pot and let it cook all day. And then you don't have to worry about it. I just need to get more routined.
Same. And I need to take an entire day, like a Saturday or a Sunday, to like do the prep
Like map out the meals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I have a problem with that too. I am also the type of person that I'll go to the grocery store every single day to get stuff for a specific meal for that night because I do not like food going to waste.
No, I hate it, but I don't waste food anymore. I feed it to my pigs. So if something is stale, nothing with mold though. Like I won't give them anything with mold. But like before they get to that point, or like the bread is like just expired and it's just the butts, I'm gonna give it to the dogs. Any leftovers we don't eat goes to the, did I say dogs? I meant pigs. Everything goes to the pigs.
So I also have a big problem. We separate the week out like 2 days and 2 days. So when I have Jackson, he likes to eat like a little sweet something for breakfast. So it'll be like donuts or, and I'll serve it with like a fruit and a yogurt or something.
Mm-hmm.
But because I only have him 2 days, it's like all the other stuff goes bad. So now I've gotten into the habit of freezing it so I'm not wasting it. And then I forget that it's in the freezer. So then by the time I get it out, it's frostbite.
That's annoying. That's actually really frustrating.
So I'm just like, what is going on? There's got to be a better solution. And he's completely, I never thought that I would be saying this, but he's completely off little bites.
How did you do that?
I don't know. Like I don't know if he ate them so much that he just got so worn down with them. He was like, I don't want them anymore. But I bought a big box of Little Bites from Sam's Club and they expired.
I'm so jealous of you right now. Somebody bought Little Debbie's instead of the Little Bites. They're like the knockoff, like the dupes.
Yeah.
And last night, Lux came up to me and he said, and those muffins you bought are disgusting.
Okay, so Jackson and Lux are the same on that. Jackson calls them knockoff Little Bites. And Will always is like a store brand purchaser. So like if he goes to Kroger and they have a version of like a name brand something, he is buying it. Jackson will call me from Will's and he's like, Mom, you have to talk to Dad about buying knockoff Little Bites because they're just not good and I do not want to eat them.
But maybe that is what made him give up Little Bites because he's like, you know what? My dad keeps buying these shit ones and then he forgets about it when he goes to I don't know. You know what? Maybe I just stop buying them. Like maybe that is the solution.
That is definitely the solution. But now we have incurred a bigger bill because Chick-fil-A is like on the way to school. And he wants Chick-fil-A breakfast every morning. And I'm like, I really just don't give a shit. Like, as long as you're eating, I'll stop and get it. But he's gotten to the point where he can eat 10 chicken minis.
And you're just like, I guess he's a grown boy.
Yeah, but it's $12 every morning.
My kids got into the habit of, like, there was a time where I was going to Starbucks and the kids were getting food. And then, like, I shit you not, was spending like $40 every morning at fucking Starbucks. We haven't done that all year. Then it was, we're going to Wawa. We're going to Wawa every single morning. And because there's about 30 minutes between drop off of Lincoln and before Lux and Creed have to go to school. And so the Wawa will be right there. Well, I put a stop to that. However, this morning we ran out of milk. So the kids couldn't eat cereal. So I was like, oh, fuck, now we got to go to Wawa. But like the morning spending, I was spending more in breakfast every morning than I was on at dinner time.
Oh, for sure. I really don't care, like, as long as I know he's getting like a good balanced something. Because a lot of times he'll get like the parfait and then like if he gets a parfait, then he gets 4 chicken minis. So I'm like, okay, that's somewhat like well balanced. Like I feel good. I know he's full whenever he goes to school. But like, what are people feeding their kids for breakfast? Because I'm not even shitting you. Will is a morning person, always has been a morning person. He'll wake up and have like eggs cooking, bacon cooking. I'm like, I don't have time for that shit in the morning.
No, because you're doing fucking laundry in the morning.
Yes, I am. Have you started doing laundry in the morning?
No, there's never going to be a time where I do laundry in the morning.
So like when you wake up, what does it look like?
Hell.
Because you're like helping your kids get dressed and like brush teeth and like
I'm not helping them with shit. So
you have raised children that can do all of that stuff on their own.
Yeah, come find me in my bathroom getting ready. Because Kristen said, why are you yelling? Because I'm not doing that. I love my kids, but like I'm not Creed has been getting ready for kindergarten by himself. And last year, for his last year in preschool, he got ready almost every single morning by himself. So there were
out their own clothes and stuff.
Yeah, I let them wear whatever they want.
I know. I let Jackson wear.
Do you want to know what Creed came into the bathroom with on today? Creed walked into my bathroom to say good morning in athletic shorts, a Messi jersey, like Lionel Messi jersey, with a white button down over top of the jersey. Okay. And I said, "Oh, wow, bud, you look really nice. You look good." And he goes, "You know what? I don't like this outfit." And he goes right upstairs and he changes.
All right, I get asked for financial advice quite a bit, especially from the kiddies, and I am here to share with you some more information about one of my favorite partners, Chime. Chime is banking done right. Open a checking account with no monthly fees and no maintenance fees. Get paid up to 2 days early when you set up direct deposit. With qualifying direct deposits, you're eligible for free overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. To date, Chime has spotted members over $30 billion. That's billion with a B. Open a checking account with no monthly fees and no maintenance fees. Not to mention access to over 47,000 fee-free ATMs. That's more than the top 3 national banks combined. They also have 24/7 customer support that comes in extremely handy. They also have a handy feature for daily balance updates so you can see where you're at, and also real-time transaction alerts that really will help you shape your spending habits if that's something that you're looking to do. Work on your financial goals through Chime today. Open an account in 2 minutes at chime.com/coffee. That's chime.com/coffee. Chime feels like progress.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot and eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
You know, I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday about like allowing kids to like just figure it out. Mm-hmm. I used to be the mom that like laid out all of Jackson's outfits, like matched them together, ready for school the next day. Now he is just like on this black shorts, black Nike socks. So I lay out the black shorts, the black Nike socks, and the underwear because that's an everyday staple. Sometimes he comes downstairs, like yesterday, he came downstairs, or maybe it was the day before yesterday. He came downstairs with a pair of black shorts, a pair of black Nike socks, a Clemson t-shirt, orange and purple, with a Carolina Panthers sweatshirt up top. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nothing about that matches, but I know he's clean. He's fed. And if you want to look like that at school, like, I don't give a shit.
I think it's more for my kids specifically, like, I'm telling them yes and no to things all day long. Their teachers are telling them they can and cannot do things all day long. If they have like the autonomy to be able to pick out their own outfits, it gives them a sense of like confidence and a sense of control of, you know, something in during their day. It works for some families. It doesn't work for some families. Like whatever works for your little ones, like so be it. As long as everybody's happy and whatever. But like, I wonder if Creed's teachers have questions about his outfits.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I have a feeling Jackson also was wearing one color Croc on one foot and one color Croc on the other foot.
Okay, but there is a trend right now. I just got Lincoln new basketball shoes and Ja Morant's like line of shoes, basketball shoes. One shoe is one color and the other shoe is another color. Like you buy them like that.
I mean, I get it, but I just think back whenever we were growing up. I mean, number one, we weren't wearing Crocs. We were wearing like jelly shoes and shit. But would that have ever been a thing?
I feel like it would have been. I've seen kids do it with football cleats. Like when Lincoln played football, like some of the kids on his team even would like trade a cleat with their friend if they wore the same size and they would wear their two different cleats. I want to show you the shoes really quick because then I had to turn around and get Ja Morant's for Lux. But these are I say that they're like peanut butter and jelly, but I don't know what the actual shoe is.
I'm glad you're showing me these because, I love those.
But they're actually really cool looking.
Those would be perfect for Jackson because those are also Clemson colors.
Oh, he would
get one. So you get one orange and one purple?
Yeah. Yeah. He just got them. So
You just influenced me for another purchase, but I'm not doing no by November. So that's just you. Okay. So we have a segment of Am I the Asshole? So we're going to roll through these. This person says, my sister drops her kids off at my house constantly just for an hour and it turns into 4. Last weekend, I told her that I had plans so she couldn't, but I didn't. And I just wanted a Saturday alone. Am I the asshole for lying so she stops taking advantage of me? And absolutely, you're not the asshole.
Absolutely not the asshole. But if she doesn't feel bad for saying that she's going to be gone for an hour and ends up being gone for 4 or 5 or whatever, if she doesn't have a problem with that, then maybe you should just say something like, hey, like, I know that you said you're going to be gone for an hour, but you're usually gone for far more. I would like a heads up that you're going to be gone for that long so I can prepare, or it needs to just be the hour.
I just feel like as adults, we have the choice to be able, or the right to be able to make a choice. So I just don't agree with like the lying part of it. Like, I have plans. No, you're just like literally not doing it because she takes advantage of you.
Yeah, maybe say, you know what? I was looking forward to a quiet day today, so I'm not going to be able to do it.
I mean, that's what I would say. One time Jackson had a friend over and it was like an after school situation. And I was like, it's fine. Like, I'll feed them pizza and you can pick up like around 7. Please tell me why this child's parents did not come and pick this child up until 11 o'clock at night. And at that point, I'm already like, I'm past the point of ready to go to bed. So just let them sleep over at this point, because I'm not trying to help you get into my gate. I'm not trying to like stay up looking at my phone. And my child also needs to go to bed.
Wait, from 7, you said pick up around 7 and they didn't get there until 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say like 9, which would still not be okay. But Lincoln went to somebody's birthday sleepover the other weekend. And I was so weird. Like, I know the mom, I've known her for years. And so it was fine. And I knew the other kids that would be there. And I was asking, okay, like, what time for pickup? And she was like, well, we're going to go to the trampoline park from this time to this time. And I said, okay, so should we pick up from the trampoline park? And she was like, no, like that you can pick up from my house at, after at 5 or whatever. But I was like, it sounded nice, but I was like, you know what? On second thought, like, I'll just make sure he's picked up at the trampoline park, because I didn't want to have to worry about.
I know.
My mom was always making me overstay my welcome, and I don't ever want my kids to be overstaying their welcome.
I'm just really weird about that. Like, I'm not a person that's like, okay, it has to be like exactly at this specific time that like you have to show up, but don't say in a time frame that you're going to show up. And like, even if it's like 15, 20 minutes, like whatever, like give you grace, might have gotten traffic, whatever. But when you're talking from 7 p.m. pickup time and you don't show up until 11, like, why didn't we just call it a sleepover at this point?
No, truly. At the point that you weren't going to be there by 7:30, if you say pick up at 7 and you were running that far behind, hey, I actually can't make it. Can you keep him overnight?
And like, what are people doing that they are out at 11?
Was it a weekend or a weekday?
It was a Friday night.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I'm not saying that that's okay, but at least it wasn't a school night.
Okay, so do we do play dates and have friends over like during week time? Because I don't.
I used to, but I don't anymore. I will say that I did take them to the trampoline park on Monday night this week because we were celebrating Lux's friend's birthday that we didn't get a chance to celebrate a couple weeks ago. So she had texted me about doing it on Sunday, and then it didn't open until 2:00. And she was like, I don't want to take them at like, that's late for a Sunday. Like, I want to be home by 2:00.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, well, what about, a weekday or whatever? And I said, well, I can do Monday after school. But that I also liked because it was like, okay, we're going to do this activity. We have a set time and I know what time I'm going to be done. And I don't know what she was doing that night. Like, I'm sure she appreciated having a set time that we knew we would be done.
So it's interesting that you say that. And I know that we've talked about it before, like doing stuff that has set amount of time. So if you're doing like a jump pass, it's like a 2-hour jump pass, when the pass is expired, we're going home. Mm-hmm. I love that. Jackson's bringing a couple of friends with him to the jump park for his birthday and set time.
Yeah, wait, did I tell you? Okay, so Lincoln has been invited to 2 birthday sleepovers in the past like 2 months, and same group of kids at both. It's like the same group. And I go, okay, Lincoln, your birthday's coming up. Like, do you want to do a sleepover? And he goes, no. And I go, what do you mean? He's like, maybe a few hours, but I don't want them to sleep over.
It's so funny. Jackson is really, really weird about, like, he likes his friends being at the house, but like when it gets time to go to bed, he wants to be in his bed and he doesn't want anybody to be around him.
And I don't blame him. I feel the same way.
I'm like, as an adult, like, I very much relate. Okay, next person says, my ex and I take turns taking our son to travel baseball tournaments. When it's my weekend, I let him skip the Sunday game if we're both exhausted. My ex found out and lost it, saying I'm teaching him to be lazy. Am I the asshole for choosing rest over sports? You are the asshole because you're choosing rest with a commitment that you signed up for.
If you do not want to commit to a travel baseball team and you are exhausted by that Sunday, go sign up for a regular rec team. Like, why are you doing travels? You know that is what you're committing to.
So it's interesting that this came up because Jackson wanted to play travel basketball. And he was like, on second thought, I don't think I'm mature enough to do that this year. Maybe I'll like do it next year, because I just don't think I could be that level of committed. And I just like the self-awareness, right? Like, we are teaching our kids to be self-aware. Most of the time, though, with travel baseball teams, basketball teams, like whatever the sport is, most of the time there's a parent meeting that discusses the level of commitment prior to committing to that commitment.
No, I agree. But why are you playing travel? Like, to me, in my experience of parenthood and travel sports, the mom is probably exhausted and putting her feelings on the child to not do whatever that. But I mean, without knowing the details of the games and things like that, it's just like, I don't know, a team sport, and just not showing up simply because you're tired. That's not a good enough.
I mean, there's been times that, because every season except this basketball season, I've always had Jackson on practice days. They've always fallen like on Wednesday and Thursday. So those are my parenting days. There have been times that I've either been like sick or had something else that I needed to like get done, and we'll just come pick him up and take him to basketball. Like, there's also that option too. So like, if you're exhausted and you're in this commitment, your child is committed to this, you and your co-parent have committed, then talk to your co-parent about maybe taking the child to the game.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, if you are that tired, ask the co-parent.
I mean, I think it's valid.
I think it's valid.
Because also you have to consider, like, you, with travel sports, there is a financial commitment. And so that's also the commitment of your co-parent if you guys are splitting, the fees. Mm-hmm. So why are we just missing games?
Well, to me, again, kids are resilient. I'm not saying the kid's never tired, because even Lincoln is my most athletic, most committed to sports kid. There are days that he's tired, but I will say that Lux and that they have never gone to 2 full days of tournaments and told me, hey, can I just skip this day? Like, to me, hearing that without details, I'm thinking that it's mostly the mom that doesn't maybe want to get up early, doesn't want to be there all day. I know a mom friend who, if she's tired, just on a regular rec team, whatever, if she's tired, she just won't take them on a random day during the week.
Okay, let's take a second to talk about creatine. The first time someone suggested this to me, the first thing I thought was, I am not trying to build a ton of muscle. However, I have learned so much about creatine, and it is not just for building muscle. It has become a daily essential for strength, focus, recovery, aging, and cognitive performance, all areas that I really am looking to improve. And I'm so happy that our next partner is Momentous. They are making my daily creatine routine even easier with new creatine chews. These are bite-sized lemon lime chews that make consistency effortless. You truly just chew and go. The flavor is so good, and it is so convenient. It's like a little treat, and I absolutely love it. Each chew delivers exactly 1 gram of CreaPure creatine monohydrate, the gold standard, single sourced from Germany, and NSF certified for sport, which means it's independently tested for purity, safety, and label accuracy. Momentous has spent years testing until they created the first chewable that actually meets the Momentous standard. There's no artificial sweeteners, no fillers, just science-backed, clinically proven performance in a portable, craveable format. Creatine is even more essential for women who naturally store about 70 to 80% less creatine than men, which means consistent supplementation can have an even greater impact on energy, recovery, and focus. I have definitely realized a huge improvement in my energy, and I'm absolutely loving it. And right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first order with promo code CoffeeConvos. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code CoffeeConvos for up to 35% off your first order. That's Live Momentous, promo code CoffeeConvos.
See, but I think we need to think a little bit deeper about this with kids with sports and being committed to a team. Isn't that the same as an adult being committed to their job? So if you are instilling in your children that you can just skip out, what does that say about what their work ethic is going to look like in the future?
What's interesting about that is that I don't think that you can always teach work ethic if it's something that you are like teaching from childhood, like really young all the way up, where you're like, okay, this is what we're going to do, whether it's a sport, whether it's drama club, whether it's, whatever. I don't think that you can teach it. So I think that if you start those habits, well, let me take that back. You can teach it, but I think that some kids like naturally also have it. Mm-hmm. But like, I think of Elliot, right? And I'm like, okay, he asked me to sign up for this $200 online education for his ASL. Elliot is fluent in ASL, and he's always looking for online teachers to like increase, what he's doing or keep whatever. I texted him last night, hey, don't forget you have ASL class tonight. He goes, yeah, I know, I'm getting on right now. Like, that is something that we've worked towards since he was a small child. So you look at like the moms and the dads who are like signing them up and not taking them. If they then, like, to your point, like have no work ethic as an adult, like, you're somewhat to blame. I know that some kids have it just naturally and some don't, but you can't blame anyone but yourself, because you were the same parent that allowed them to skip practice once a week, not show up to tournament days, not really look at the bigger picture, which is like the commitment to your team, the, self-discipline, things like that. But then you look at the flip side of it and it's like, okay, well, mental health matters. And if they need a mental health day, but that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about one day here and there during a soccer season. We're talking about like regularly missing tournaments, regularly missing practices. It's like, what the fuck?
And I mean, some people don't have children that are, very self-starting. Like, Jackson is definitely a harder child, and I've said that before. Like, he's been a difficult child to raise, and very opinionated about stuff, very into college football. So this past Saturday, he was like, I don't want to go to practice because there's a game that I want to watch, and going to practice will impede my time of being able to watch that game. That's where, as a parent, you have to step up and say, no, you are committed and you are going to practice. So find your shoes.
Yep. I mean, Lincoln, he wanted to watch the Liverpool Real Madrid game last night at 9 p.m. And he literally, I'm sitting on the couch and he's like, I'm like, you're not going to watch the game? And he's like, no, I have a test in basketball tomorrow, so I can't stay up that late.
Bless him.
He's a good kid. He'll watch the highlights, or he'll watch a rerun of the game the next day. All about compromise.
Okay, so the next person says, another mom keeps taking credit for my work on the PTA fundraiser. I finally corrected her in front of everyone at the meeting. She got embarrassed and left early. The other mom said I was mean. Am I the asshole for calling her out publicly? Like, why are we getting that serious into PTA?
Again, with no further details, I'm led to assume that maybe these are parents that is their full-time job, is committing to organizations like the PTA. That is their bread and butter. That is where their pride comes in. That is their hard work, their dedication, all of their efforts. I'm going to assume that woman probably worked really hard on the PTA and someone else was taking credit, but maybe it could have been a private conversation. But
yeah,
it's like the Real Housewives, but of the PTA.
I know that we need like the moms that are decorating the hallways and like doing all of the stuff at the school, like not trying to take away from that, because I think it is super important. But like sometimes some people have more to like pour from their cup than others. And maybe it would have just been better suited for a private conversation and not for an audience.
Yeah, that was the more dickheadish move than it was to like say something. Because, I mean, I think you could say something privately like, hey, like, can you stop? One time, do you remember what Zanga was?
Zanga? No. What is that?
It's like before MySpace, it was like the blog.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah.
I had one in probably like 8th grade or 9th grade or whatever. And we were coding. Like, we were fucking coding. You know what I mean? And
No, you weren't.
yeah, we were. I was a fucking code master. Like, I'd be up like fucking, oh, the music, the fall down glitter from the like, what do you mean? I could have been hired for a fucking firm at 14.
It's hilarious.
So I think I like copied someone's like music list and I put it in like this little like scroll thing. And the girl messaged me privately and was like, why did you copy my music list? And it's like, one, I shouldn't have copied it, but like, two, also like, thank you for reaching out privately and not publicly.
Wait, did you respond to this person?
Yeah, I think I said, no, I didn't. Or I think
knowing you were fucking lying.
I'm sorry I copied your list of musical artists. Like, to me, it was just like a list of artists. Like, are you serious?
Were you like trying to be this girl?
No, I just liked I liked the music artist that she listed.
Was she popular and you were just like trying to be the bee's knees?
For sure. Sure.
That's exactly what happened. I can see it.
Shout out to Whitehall because they really, the cattiness that went on in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade was truly hell for me.
Middle school?
I went to the principal's office and I came back and I went to go sit in my seat. And I had a crush on this kid named Anthony. He was on the football team at Whitehall. And he sat behind me. And I came in from the office and I like went to go sit in mind you, I'm crying. I just got in trouble. And my seat came out from under me and I ended up on the floor and I just laid there and looked at the ceiling. Just looked at the ceiling for like 3 minutes. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Anthony's literally behind me. Like, this is the worst day of my life.
That defines truly like our personalities. In a situation like that, I would try to rebound like so hard, so fast. And you
how do you rebound from that? Like, I literally just stared at the ceiling.
Just pop up. Like, you just pop up. Kristen said it's giving when you fall in the ocean, getting on the banana boat. Wait, what?
Tell the story.
Okay, I'm here to tell the story. So we were all on vacation. Kail came with me on like my family vacation. And it was like Kail's family, some of the kids, and then me and Corey and my in-laws. We're going banana boating. The girls decide the girls are going and the guys are going. So girls, we go to get on our banana boat. Kail goes to get on. It's like, obviously, that you know where they bring it up, but the waves are still coming in and out. We apparently went when it was rough as shit.
So rough.
Kail goes to walk over and she fucking falls and is rolling in the waves.
I'm just like tumbling. Like,
try to get.
Do you get like publicly embarrassed about stuff, or like no, like you just like laugh it off, or you're like full blown embarrassed and you don't want to talk to anybody?
Both. It depends, really. Like today when I walked into a meeting, it was full of rich white men, and I like walked in and I'm wearing this fucking crew neck, and I saw the one like sort of judging me, like the way that he looked, like not checking me out, like literal judgment. And I'm just thinking to myself, financially, we're on the same playing field, buddy. Like, I just need you to just calm down.
Wait, this is the stuff I get embarrassed about. Okay, so okay, I went to the movies not too long ago, and I'm walking by with my popcorn, my drink. I go to make the turn to go into the theater, and there's like a worker there, and he goes, have a nice time watching the movie. Well, I thought he was like, I hope you have a good day or something. Like, that's the way that like I was thinking in my mind. And I was like, yeah, you too. But like, it wasn't an appropriate response. Like, and I was so embarrassed.
Oh, see, that wouldn't embarrass. I would have been like, oh, damn, why did I say that? Sometimes I say I have embarrassment about what I say. Because I'll be like, that should have been an inside thought. You know what I mean?
But it's like I was like predicting what he was going to say in my mind before he said it. And like, I already had a response, and the response didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've been there. Actually,
like, it's so embarrassing.
The other day, I was so hungry and I was eating pizza, walking over to the kids' school, like to grab them. And I had sauce on my face, and a teacher came up to me and was like, oh, like Lux is fine, but, and then like she proceeded to talk to me. But the way that she looked at me, I didn't know what was going on. And I turned to Emily and she goes, you have sauce all over your face.
Oh my God.
I was embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed. So she's listening to this podcast. Just know that I know that that happened and I am embarrassed.
That's so embarrassing. Okay. Next one. My son's teacher asked each parent to donate $25 towards a class gift. I sent 10 because I had already bought a personal gift. Another mom texted the group saying everyone should pull their weight. Am I the asshole for not matching everyone else? Okay. Number one, I feel like if you have it to be able to donate to a class gift, but you're also buying a personal gift, then I don't think I think the $25 goes out the window.
Listen, you guys know I have a shit ton of children. Nobody has ever in their life asked me for $25 towards a gift. Okay. I had last year specifically, I remember one of the moms organizing a class gift, but it was like a whatever you can do situation. It was like, if someone can donate 20, great. If someone's got 5, cool. Like it was not like a set amount. I don't think in this economy, in today's society and everything else, like the climate, you cannot expect someone to have 25 extra dollars laying around.
I just think about people with multiple children. And if we're just going off of this number, $25, and that's for every classroom, you're giving $25.
That's
people don't have that.
That would be $175 for me.
Yeah, that is a lot of money. I used to just do like my own personal gift to the teacher from Jackson. And then I started like sometimes giving to the class one because they were like, okay, well, we're going to do a gift card tree. So, we're going to put all the money together. It could be a bigger gift card, like blah, blah, blah. I will give to stuff like that. But if we're just like nilly-willy giving $25 to this class gift and I don't know like what it is, and I'm just going to purchase my own thing and send Jackson to school with his own stuff.
I have several teacher friends and they collectively, I'm not speaking for every fucking teacher, so do not go in the comments of this talking about, well, I'm a teacher and I like this. My teacher friends specifically have said they don't want the fucking gifts. They want the money and the gift cards. They're underpaid, overworked. They have 1,200 mugs from every student that they've had over the past 10 years. They have pencils, they have pens, they have all the things. So the gift cards and the cash go much further, in my opinion.
So there is like a local nail salon around us that like all the teachers from the 3 schools, elementary, middle, and high school, like that's the school nail salon, like where the teachers go. So sometimes I'll do like a gift card to that, or I might do Amazon, or I try to do gift cards for places that they can get like a plethora of items from, so Amazon, Target, I've done Walmart gift cards before, but then sometimes people don't shop at Walmart. I do love the sheets that come home at the beginning of the year for like teachers' wish list, and it'll say like what their monogram is, like the things that they like, the things that they can't have. Like, I love that. One mom told me one time, she was like, I just think that that's tacky. And I'm like, no, I think that that is called thinking ahead.
This episode of Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. I've got to say, if you're looking to grow your vacation rental business, this is the place to be. Booking.com is one of the most downloaded travel apps in the world, and for good reason. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay, and that's billion with a B.
But here's the thing. Most vacation rental hosts don't even realize that they can list their properties on Booking.com. And if you're not on the platform, your rental is basically invisible to millions of Booking.com travelers worldwide. After all, they can't book what they can't see, right?
But once you start listing on Booking.com, your property gets seen by a massive global audience of unique travelers. That means more visibility, more bookings, and more opportunity to accelerate the growth of your rental business.
And it couldn't be any easier. You can register your property in as little as 15 minutes, and nearly half of hosts get their first booking within a week.
So if your vacation rental isn't listed on Booking.com, it could be invisible to millions of travelers searching the platform. Don't miss out on consistent bookings and global reach. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen, get booked on Booking.com. I would agree. And Lincoln made this like wish thing. It's sort of like an Amazon wish list, but you can link other companies besides Amazon. It's called Wish, Go Wish. And it's like this little app. And then it's like lists I follow. And then they can link, like this has stuff from Target linked. It has stuff from StockX, Journeys, Amazon, just all the places. And so I actually really like it. And you can go on there and you can reserve, like one of the things Kristen reserved, this like PlayStation remote thing. And like you can go on and you can click reserve by me and then you can go buy it or whatever. And then I just think that's a really cool option. I had never heard of it until Lincoln told me.
And it's called Go Wish.
Go Wish.
I think that's awesome because we used to do the Amazon wish list. I would have Jackson fill one out, and he'll do it throughout the year, like things that he wants, but we're not probably necessarily buying right now. And I love that specifically in a situation where you have a child in two homes, because I don't want to be buying him the same stuff for like birthday or Christmas that Will might be buying him. So it's nice to be able to have some type of like tracking system to know what we're purchasing.
I just prefer like a system like that.
Same. Okay. So next person says, my mother-in-law planned a family vacation, but expects me to pay half, even though she picked dates, location, and house. I told her I'm not paying for a trip I didn't plan. My husband says I'm being disrespectful. Am I the asshole? I think that both people are slightly the asshole in this situation, because I think that if it was going to be an expectation for everybody to pay a portion of something, then there should have been a conversation about location, dates, and budget.
I think that so many issues could be solved, not just from communication itself, but the comprehension. You can't really have the communication piece without the comprehension piece. And all of it starts with a comprehension, or all of it starts with the communication part of it. If you just have a simple conversation, we could avoid a lot of the issues.
But like, for example, when we used to travel on family vacations, we would go every September to a beach trip with Will's parents, and they always selected the house. They paid for the house. It was like something that they did for all of their kids and their spouses one time a year. With not knowing everyone's financial situation, I don't think that it's right to go on a family trip, one person pick what the dates are, so you haven't checked with other people to make sure that those dates work. Picking the arrangements of like where we're staying, so could be completely out of budget for some of the people. And also, if it's a location that you don't want to go to, but you're now paying half for that, like I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that either. Absolutely not.
I think they're both asshole. Next person says, my ex started dating our kid's old babysitter. Okay, I have heard like babysitter situations like many times, and it's very odd to me, but I also somewhat see like how it could happen. This person says, when she came to drop something off, I told her she's not welcome on my property because it's weird and inappropriate. My ex says I'm being dramatic. Am I the asshole for setting that boundary? I don't necessarily...
Wait. Run that back for me.
So this person says, my ex started dating our kid's old babysitter. When she came to drop something off, I told her she's not welcome on my property because it's weird and inappropriate. My ex says I'm being dramatic. Am I the asshole for setting that boundary? I feel like I need more information about this, because like, were you guys together and then the babysitter was the babysitter like while y'all were together and now he's dating her after the fact?
I need more details for the sole fact of like, does she know your kids? I mean, obviously she knows your kids if she used to babysit them, so she's been around. I mean, it's weird for her and it's inappropriate to her, but if she's around the kids, what the fuck difference does it make? To me, that's dramatic and a little petty. It's definitely something old Kail would have done out of pure bitterness. But I mean, at this big age, what the fuck do you mean that you're setting a boundary? What's the boundary? She's already around your kids.
I just feel like if it was a situation where like this person was still with like her ex, and then that was the babysitter during the time that they were together, and then they're no longer together and now he's dating that person, I guess I could see why you would kind of feel weird about it, because Like, was there feelings that were going on while...
Regardless, it's like, again, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have done some stupid shit like that. But like, if you really think about it, whether that man was dating her while y'all were married or not, they're together now. Period, point blank. There's nothing you can do about it. She's already been around the kids. You can say that you don't want her there, but like at the end of the, like, the kids know that she's now dating their dad. The kids are around said woman. You stopping her from coming on your property doesn't end up helping the kids. The kids will end up being like, what the fuck? So like, you have to think of it from that perspective. It's like, they're together now, no matter how it came together.
I also have had to learn just through life experiences that like the more you push back on something, the more they're going to dig their heels in 9 times out of 10.
What you fear is what you create.
1000%. Oh, I like this next one. My boyfriend proposed at my favorite restaurant right after I told him that I hate public proposals. I said yes, but didn't post it. He's mad that I'm ruining the moment. Am I the asshole?
Why does she have to post a proposal regardless? Also, if someone proposed to me in front of a bunch of people, I'm going to say no. For the simple fact that you don't know me well enough to know that I did not want to be proposed to in front of other people.
I think that there's like definitely something to be said for truly knowing your partner before you're putting yourself in a situation like that. I would not like a public proposal. I would not like other people to be there for such like what I feel like should be an intimate moment. I know a lot of people like to have an audience. Like, that's fine, just not for me. Why are we doing something in public that you were specifically told you didn't want?
And then you're mad that she didn't post it.
Like, no, just take your ring back and get on. Because I know based off of this decision that you made, we're getting divorced anyway.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is like, I think it would be cute if the person proposing wants people to be there. They don't need to witness the proposal. They can be like waiting at a restaurant for like a surprise after the fact. But I think to have like everyone hiding in the bushes for this proposal, I would be so pissed off and embarrassed.
I also would be very pissed off and embarrassed. Like, could you imagine me in a public proposal?
No. And honestly, I would have secondhand embarrassment for you because I know that you wouldn't want that. So I would be pissed off for you, and I would feel like I was, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, interfering, like overstepping. Like, it would feel, it's like people in my real life have said, I have never watched Teen Mom because it felt like I was invading your privacy. Like, they're like, I didn't want to see you on TV because I know you in real life and it's weird. And it would feel like that for me to you. If I know that you don't want a proposal and your partner was like, hey, I want to invite you to this proposal, in my head, I'm going to be like, well, I'll wait for her to be done and I'll meet her somewhere after. I'll meet you guys at a restaurant, but I'm not going to watch the proposal because in my head, I feel like I'm invading your privacy. And I also know you don't want that.
But don't we all need friends like that would like literally ride for you that hard to be like, okay, I know that you think that this is a good idea to do this publicly and invite all these people, but I'm here to tell you I'm not showing up for 2 reasons. Number 1, I know that she doesn't want it. And number 2, you're a dumbass.
I think a cute, like, private photographer is fine, but like a full audience, no, do not invite your brothers, cousins, dads, uncles. I don't want them there.
Like, I'm just so embarrassed about public stuff like that. I don't know if I ever told you that when I got engaged to Will, we were in New York City and he kept carrying this fucking backpack around everywhere. And it was like, there was nothing in the backpack. Like, we would leave the hotel and he just had this backpack. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
you would be able to see the ring in his pocket if it was just in his pocket.
Yeah, but he ended up proposing to me in like a very not nice hotel in Queens.
Queens?
Yeah. And when I tell you, like, there was a perfect moment that he could have done it. So hearing his side of things, he was like, I don't know, like, I was just like so nervous and I didn't know like when to do it. And we went and did all of this stuff. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll do it in Central Park. And then the time passed. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it in like this other place. Time passed. So I just had to do it here. So we rode the subway and we were walking.
You got on a subway?
I rode on a subway. This was back when we were still in college and we had actual zero money. Like, we had absolutely no business to be in New York City. But we were there and he was planning on we were getting engaged on this trip. So we get off the subway and we're walking and it starts pouring down rain, like on our walk back. And I'm in the middle of this crosswalk and he has this fucking backpack on with nothing in it. And then we get back to the hotel, we order pizza to the room, and I'm just sitting on the bed looking like a troll eating pizza. And he gets down on one knee in the bedroom. Mind you, this is like maybe 200 square feet, like if that, like the tiniest room. And I just had to ask him, like, I probably ruined the moment, but I'm just like, why the fuck were you carrying the backpack around like all that time if you were just going to do it here over pizza in this shitty hotel?
Because he was nervous. But like,
He's nervous.
A man is proposing to you while you're looking like a troll stuffing your face. That is the man for you.
That is love.
Like, that is so sweet because he's like, I want to marry you even when you look like a troll.
Okay, but then the worst part of it all was when I told my dad that we were engaged. This was Father's Day weekend. And I think that Will, from Will's perspective of it, he was like, I wasn't planning on getting engaged to you on Father's Day, but we were leaving tomorrow. So I carried this ring all over New York City for days and didn't do it. And then it just like, time kept creeping up. So I was just like, fuck, I got to do it. And it was Father's Day.
I'm cracking up.
Can we imagine just like Will with that backpack just like bouncing on his back with not shit in it?
I need somebody made, I think it was Alessandra made with AI. I was telling somebody that I wanted to know how many balloons it would take to lift me off the ground. And so she made this like AI GIF of me with balloons. And an AI GIF of like Will with the backpack.
Wait, how many balloons was it?
I don't know, hundreds. Like, I'm not getting it. I am 300 pounds of pure solid fat. Okay. Like,
you are not 300 pounds.
It would take.
You lost your fucking mind.
Hundreds of balloons.
Yes, she officially has lost her mind. And on that note, we have foul play.
Hi, ladies. I've been listening for years, and I'm so excited to finally have a foul play to share. I'm not sure who I know that listens to this podcast, so let's keep me anonymous just in case. So I've been with my boyfriend for about 3 years. For some context, he's celibate and waiting until marriage for sex. To answer your possible questions, no, I wasn't celibate. I am now by association, but I'm not a virgin. 2, yes, it's frustrating sometimes. 3, yes, I'm guilty of trying to convince him, but let me explain. He's what I like to call, quote, modified celibate. We absolutely mess around and come pretty close to sex, but not full penetration. I let him lead and I just follow along and occasionally try to talk him into it. The other night we were messing around. I was on top and neither one of us were wearing any underwear. Oh, that's okay. Anyway, I'm up there grinding and I finish pretty hard. As I finish...
Kail, is this you?
Is this me? As I finished, I farted. I didn't say anything about it and neither did he. We just finished our session and went to sleep. The next night we were laying in bed and he said, let me ask you something. By this point, I've forgotten and he catches me off guard. The other night, did you queef? I said, no, that was a fart. And after we laugh about it, he says, I really hoped it was a queef. I wanted to make you queef. I looked at him and said, babe, what is a queef? To my surprise, he answered correctly, when air comes out of your vagina. I replied, right, so why would I queef? He says, you just made so much sense. You're absolutely right. Yet another reminder of how I don't get filled with dick.
Wait, that's my line.
That's probably why she said it. Love you, ladies. Keep doing the damn thing. Queefs are my worst nightmare. I don't understand. Like, they, especially doggy style, like, I'm queefing and I'm embarrassed because I don't know. I know I've said this before, but like, I don't think men know the difference between a queef and a fart because why is he asking? No, they don't. They just pretend they do.
No, I feel like they definitely do. But like, are you the type of queefer that it's like a consistent queefing, like once it starts, or it's like, oh, one time and then?
Well, like once. So here's the thing. The first queef I ever had was I was an adult, and it was after doggy, and it was the longest queef of my life, to the point where I like had to like hold it to like stop it.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, like what was that? Like, what is that? Like, I had no idea. Now I feel like I can feel when I know there's a queef coming, and then I can like try to hold it a little bit. But then as soon as I go pee, because you're supposed to pee after sex, like it's coming out and it sounds like farts.
So it's just like,
Goes in the toilet,
it's just like,
reverberates off and they're like airy farts out of your vagina.
I cannot. How often does this happen to you?
After doggy style, every time.
Okay, I need to ask, and everybody listening can also give us answers to this. When you have sex, do you just like do one position the whole time, or are you like rotating like a rotisserie chicken?
It depends. Sometimes we're rotating, and sometimes it's like we're both 2 strokes in and we're both coming, you know?
Also, same. I very much relate to that. And I feel like that's what the majority of people would say. Like sometimes it's just like, we don't have shit else to do. This is going to be like a long ride. And then sometimes it's like, okay, it's like a couple pumps done.
Rode hard and hung up wet.
Right? On that note, that's all we have time for. Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, visit coffeeconvospodcast.com to shop. Full video episodes are available on Kail's Patreon at patreon.com/Kail Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
This thing on? I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where I get real. Well, maybe a little too real sometimes, with my friends and celeb guests from Bachelor franchise and beyond. I'm talking guests like Jonathan Van Ness, Nikki Glazer, Wells Adams, Elise Myers,
just like in this like business jacket, like I would love some tacos.
Heidi D'Amelio, Big Brother's Taylor Hale.
I have to bring it up because it happened and we're going to get through it.
What'd I do?
And so many more. So come hang out with us, hear ridiculous confessions, and get a little vulnerable because you know what? We're all just floating on this weird little planet together. Follow, rate, and review Off the Vine podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.